Hey guys, Todd McCree here with Great Escape Farms. Give you a quick food forest update here. So I did a good bit of work this weekend. To start off with, I've had a wash away area, and I've shown you guys in a previous video. So what I did is I added logs here, and only had about, I got up to that area right there. So I added these set of logs, those. There's a set under the leaves there and another set back there. I added those logs in, and with all of the wind and everything, I put leaves in here over the fall and winter time. Well, the majority of them ended up pushing over towards up against the garage here. So I took all of those and I put them on the food forest itself, as well as in the pathway here, backing up against the logs. So the logs are meant to slow the water down because I had wash away here. The leaves will help slow it down a little bit more and bring in some soil microbes and worms and stuff like that to help improve the soil. And the same thing over here. Now when I came here this weekend, in the beginning of the weekend, I had 2, 3, 4 foot weeds here. So I came in and I chopped down all the weeds and just kind of laid them over sideways, and then I put the leaves on top of them. And then I have a source for free horse manure, so I went and I grabbed the horse manure and I kind of spread it out over top of the weeds. And then I came and I had two 4 foot by 5 foot bales, round bales of hay, and I laid that across here, kind of thick. And I'm not worried about killing every weed. I'm just trying to advantage my plants in the food forest and disadvantage the weeds. So I do want some weeds here that'll help maintain the balance and everything of the soil itself. And I also planted some of them. I put down some daikon radish last year to dig in and add some carbon pathways to the soil way deep down and kind of break up the soil a little bit. I also put in some New Zealand clover to help add nitrogen, as well as hold the soil together and loosen it up down deep a little bit with its tap roots. So this will kill the majority of that stuff, and then I will come back, and once this hay starts to break down, I'll add some more clover seeds here. So I had a good bit of kill, and a lot of that is primarily, I'm guessing, because for one, I did stun, sheer total utter neglect, and just put the plants in the ground. I watered it the first day, and that was kind of it. And the second thing is I had the weeds that got up to 3 to 4 foot, and it was blocking sun on a lot of these. So you can see right here, this is a yellow horn plant right there, and it's maybe a foot off the ground, and I had weeds that were going 3, 4 foot up above it. So it was definitely disadvantaged because it wasn't getting all the sunlight. So took care of that, put the hay to slow down the weed growth and everything. And I also came through and, well, the first thing I did is I removed all of the string here, the electro fencing here. So I removed all of it because I had circles of it connected on both ends, and that makes it hard to troubleshoot and everything else when there is an issue with it. So when I put it back up at the end of the project, I put everything so there are no circles whatsoever. Everything is connected, either connected on one end and dead end on the other in a straight line, or it just goes around in a loop and it's connected on one end and not the other. And let me show you what that's not too far of a walk here. So let me see if I can get under here. Okay, so what I did is everything connects up right here. So my upper line comes up and it goes off, and it goes all the way around here, back to that side, in the back, it loops around and it comes back on the top side, and then it just dead ends right here. So you can see it's not anywhere. So if I need to troubleshoot something, I have a little tester I can put on there, and it'll tell me which direction it is and whether it's a dead short. So now I can do that. When I had a loop in here, I could not. So if I had any issues here, I either didn't know about it, and I had areas of the fence that weren't really electrified, or I had dead shorts and I didn't know where it was, and it took forever to figure out where it was. So this will make it much, much easier to troubleshoot in here. Let's see what is next. I put the electric fence back up. I did some planting. I came back through and I labeled everything. And let me see. over here I have some labels, and I did all metal labels in here. So you can see this one is elderberry Nova. Nova is the variety, and it's Sambucus candinensis, and it was put in 2016. So what I have is the common name on top, the Latin name in the center, and the year that it was planted in this food forest right below it. So I have 2015 and 2016 plants here. Anything else? There is one other little microclimate I do have down here. So I have a strawberry tree, and the strawberry tree is designed, or it's not designed, it is not supposed to grow in zone 6, which the farm is in. It's only supposed to grow in zone 7. So this was originally planted at my house in Pasadena, Maryland, and which is zone 7. But I moved it here, and it died back to the ground this past year, but it sprouted up, and we had a fairly rough winter this past year. So what I did is I took some extra rocks that I had in a fire pit, and I put them back behind. It's kind of a heat sink. So this summer, when we get some sunshine, should heat it up and hopefully create a microclimate here and keep that a little bit warmer, and maybe I can keep that alive. So I probably don't have much danger of a frost pocket here. Sometimes you have to watch frost pockets, but what I mean by frost pocket is if you can trap cold air, so cold air starts at the top and it comes down, if it can trap somewhere, then it sits there, and that becomes a frost pocket, and that's a microclimate that's actually colder. So what I want is warmer. So what I did is the cold air is going to come down. I have it so that it can go on both sides of the rock there, and then I have rocks in front, and just so no cold air sits in there, I have an area where it can come downhill there. So the rocks will get heat from the sun, heat up the plant, and push cold air off to the side. So that's my hope. We'll see how it works. I've read about it in books. This is the first time I've implemented it, so I will give you an update on that next year. And I think that's it for the food forest here. A lot of work into it this weekend. Let's see, this is July 4th weekend, so I have 3 full days in here working on this, and glad to say I'm complete. So I was figuring this might take up to a week. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, or check us out on greatescapefarms.com and sign up for our email list so you know when our posts are coming out. We do lots of food forests and swale project coming up. We have water harvesting videos and blog posts, so lots of information here that you guys can learn as I'm learning with all of this stuff. So done it in books, now I'm actually putting it into action and doing the videos so you guys can follow along and see what I'm doing. Thank you very much.